welcome to the news Chatterbox. It's the first news Chatterbox for the channel, and we appreciate you guys coming to watch it and watching all of our other videos. If you haven't watched our other videos, you can watch those too, but not right now. You want to watch this and then watch those.
This is where we put on our serious face.
So my name's Cameron. This is the news Chatterbox, and welcome.
I'm Pete.
I'm Chaz.
And we have two stories we're going to talk about today. The first one is going to be the fact that we have a full map of the planet Mars.
A better one, yeah.
Well, yeah,
More
a
detailed.
complete one.
Yes.
Like, 'cause before, like, we've been working on it since, like, the
Images.
90s. Yeah.
Better than the
And then the
human.
second one we're going to talk about is 3D printing, but more specifically, like, printing ice cream is what we're going to get started. So, but first, we'll go ahead and jump into Mars.
So,
Yeah. So between, like, I think it was like 4 different missions to Mars, as well as like some satellites that we had going around Mars taking pictures, we finally completed a map of Mars, and you can look at it online, and it's got way more detail than anybody would ever want.
Or geology, or
Yeah,
geography.
like,
rather.
it is literally awesome. Like, I remember when this last mission to Mars went, and they had, like, the footage of when, like, it was parachuting down to Mars, and, like, you literally are seeing, like, the Asian, or not Asian, the alien, you know, landscape, and the horizon. It's crazy. It's well, I mean, it is.
In terms of alien, he means foreign.
But yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I just find it to be really interesting, and you can see, like, you know, like each of the
It's not used like.
Polar caps.
you could see. Well, yeah, but are they the polar caps?
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
ice. But
Pretty
as far as the map is
impressive.
concerned, what they did, from what I understood from the article that I read right before coming here, raw info.
I read it
Super
raw
prepared.
info.
I read it this morning when I was at work, so I feel like I'm behind with the information because I
Well,
did a
yeah.
bunch of work.
Well, from what I
after
heard, it
reading
was infrared images, and the way
Yeah.
that they did it is because it
Yeah, the
kind of
white,
yeah.
the whitish red, that blue color, aren't they?
Hmm?
The image I saw, the map was just not.
It was kind of
Mine was cartoon
all
with
over the
colors
place.
and stuff.
Cartoon.
But what that tells them with infrared
Blocky.
is a lot more of like the material makeup of the surface of Mars and just kind of help graphing the geography of it.
Yeah, and as far as like the timeline, as far as like when and where and what types of medias we're hitting and like
Yeah,
what.
exactly.
Yeah, it's really interesting to
Because
look
it's
at.
very isolated. I mean, Mars doesn't have any moons. It doesn't have
Right.
It doesn't even have like tectonic plates, so there's no different like continents.
Shifting, so no earthquakes.
But it is pretty huge as far
Here in
as
California,
for us.
water.
It's the first map of a planet other than Earth, of course, and then our moon. So now we have that, and they're working on, I think it's 2 of the moons of Jupiter. They're working on maps too.
Titan
So that'd
and
be cool.
Europa. I
And
want to
Titan
say.
You know
was
there
one
is
of
an
them, but I don't
everlasting
remember.
storm on Uranus?
What?
Of ice. It's actually an ice storm.
Yeah.
It's like the size of Europe that never goes away.
So
Uh,
that is a really interesting thing, and we spent a couple minutes
Space
talking
is
about
impressive. There's a lot on it.
If you have anything to add that maybe we got wrong or right, or if you want to talk about what other stuff that could be around meteors with rocks, you can put that
And
in
rocks,
the comments too. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the 3D printing and how some kids at MIT have developed software / a 3D printer to integrate liquid nitrogen into the process to make 3D printed ice cream.
3 devices.
Three-
They
yeah,
hacked the
bastardized
3D
this.
printer.
So,
Yeah.
so it could.
They
They're
started out,
jailbreaking
from what I read, is
Jail.
that they started out with this retail version of a 3D printer called Solidoodle, and
Yep.
there's
Yeah.
actual
Just reduce their prices.
solidoodle.com, you can check it out. Apparently it's like this $500 3D printer, it's kind of this big old unit, but anyway. So they modified one of those to include a soft serve ice cream machine, and also a cooling unit that will just blast it with liquid nitrogen as soon as it like forms into the mold of the 3D printed little.
So you could print your face.
Could print your
Technically
face.
speaking, yeah.
I think
they did like a star.
Yeah.
Just sell
There's
popsicles
pictures
out of an
and
ice
stuff.
cream truck. This guy's face.
Oh, you want your face? Or you want your
as accurate as that's gonna be, it's still gonna have those fucked up gumball eyes.
Right.
That are not the right
Just to make sure that it's still ice cream truck ice cream. They're just gonna stick it in the.
Everything is dead on.
That
except
eyeball
the
is in
eyes.
his cheek.
Anyway. So they used this monstrosity of
Hacked and slashed products.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it took a few tries, but
mix it
they were
together.
able to get like this solid ice cream outline to a star.
And it's taken
Yeah.
approximately 15 minutes to a half an hour right
Little
now.
milky.
from start to finish.
Mhm.
So yeah, you could go to Dairy Queen in the future and just order
Just sit
a
there.
Well, yeah, but I think
banana-shaped ice
right
cream
now it
that
would be
tastes
cool
like
because you're
chocolate.
like, oh, they're printing my face and I'm gonna eat it, you know. So you get to watch it come together.
You were talking about. Like,
Yeah, the military actually is planning on using 3D printing in their battleships and aircraft carriers for long travels. I mean, you're in the ocean for a long time.
You don't have to take all that ammo.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily the ammunition. It's that you have perishable food products.
Yeah.
That if you don't consume them in set amount of time, they go bad. Whereas rather you just have a room full of protein powders and separate powders that they put in there. So if steak night guys just pour the powder into the 3D printer and boom, bam, you've got Japanese steaks.
Use some kind of powder to.
I did watch a video or read an article, one of the two, where they were talking about on battleships and stuff.
Ammunition.
Ammunition and like setups, like where you could print a tent or like
items. Yeah,
they all work.
Moving parts.
Yeah, it's legit. Like honestly, 3D printing is the future.
It's crazy. It seems like 3D printing came overnight.
Yeah,
just like every amazing thing.
And you just hear news stories about how awesome.
What the different
I have a
things we're doing
touchscreen phone and 3D printing.
Right.
Okay, it seems like a big
Oh yeah. Well, the exciting thing about that is that the industries that are around now, because it's a brand new industry. I mean, there's nobody that has anything like that. When you, because the infrastructure for that is still growing, and there's so many established phones have to be a certain way because that's how the market is, or internet has to be this way, which is we can talk about it.
We sure could.
And just the
Comcast.
oligopoly and like just how companies group together to basically kind of screw you over.
Yeah, and that hasn't started with that yet.
Yeah, this is a new structure for 3D printing, so we can kind of.
Patent war hasn't started on that yet either.
Hopefully
patent war.
It's gonna.
That amazing
so it's the future now. Welcome. I don't know if you knew.
You watched a movie about this probably 30 years ago, and it's finally
it's now.
Yeah, put your advocates down.
Where's my flying car?
It is the future. Take your watch off your wrist. We are
moving
on. Pull out his advocates.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. We talked about some things that I think everybody would find interesting.
Comment down below if you have any links or any cool comments about
new
technology coming out.
We
can talk about it in the next episode of the new technology that you think is really interesting.
Yeah.
3D printing your face with misplaced gumballs on Mars.
Full circle.
Blown. So less than a week.
Yeah, so in 2 days, enjoy the vlog. It's going to be funny. I guarantee it. If you don't think it's funny, then...
Get out.
No, don't though. But just watch another one of the videos.
Walk out and come right back.
Don't leave.
I mean, pause it and come back.
And then
subscribe.
The next one might be good.